The Modi government's track record when it comes to federalism has been poor. But things have now hit a new low. 5 opposition-ruled states, that's Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Punjab, West Bengal and Delhi, have not received hundreds of crores of funds from the union government under the education program called the Samagra Shiksha scheme. BJP-ruled states, meanwhile, have gotten the funds, although they haven't done as well. In September, Chief Minister MK Stalin accused the Modi government of denying funds to top-performing states while generously supporting those that aren't meeting the goals. Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan hit back, saying pitting states against each other is against the spirit of the constitution. So why have funds been withheld? Because these states have refused to implement the NEP. But how is NEP connected to Samagra Shiksha? This week, let's take a look at what this tussle is all about and remember that fiscal federalism is at the heart of this issue, something that the Modi government has undermined step by step in the last decade. Before I get into what the fight is all about, let me quickly remind you that we here at the News Minute have been focusing on federalism for many years now, because we believe that only if the states do well can India really develop. If you agree with us, then support our journalism and become a paid TNM and News Laundry subscriber. In August 2024, Stalin wrote to Modi asking for the release of SSA funds. He mentioned that the union government still hasn't sent the first installment of 573 crore rupees to Tamil Nadu for the fiscal year 2024 and 25. And another 249 crores from the previous year is also pending. The argument started when MK Stalin shared a report from The Hindu accusing the union government of withholding funds for the Samagra Shiksha scheme, that's SSA, from 5 non-BJP states, including Tamil Nadu and Kerala. These states have refused to adopt PM Shri scheme and the NEP. Now, according to this Hindu report, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, West Bengal, Punjab and Delhi are actually leaders when it comes to key educational metrics like school attendance, access to basic amenities, teacher training and inclusivity. Yet, despite their strong performance, they're being denied SSA funds. The same report has mapped data and found that other BJP-ruled states like Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and Bihar, which have performed badly on such parameters, have been given funds without any hurdles. For example, on parameters like percentage of students enrolled from OBC, SC/ST and minority communities, Kerala and Tamil Nadu are toppers, and Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat are at the bottom. Stalin's tweet sharply criticized the Modi government, questioning how withholding funds from top-performing states like Tamil Nadu while rewarding underperforming ones promotes quality education and fairness. Lack of SSA funds has created serious issues. For example, teachers' salaries have been delayed for months on end. But there are two sides to this story. We'll get into the politics of it all a little later. But first, what is Samagra Shiksha? It's a union government school education program started in 2001 under Prime Minister Vajpayee to ensure universal elementary education. This means making sure every kid in the country, regardless of their background, has access to schooling. SSA helps out by giving government school students uniforms and textbooks and also covers costs for private schools to admit kids from economically weaker backgrounds. Not just that, it also helps in giving financial support for teachers' salary and training. In 2018, 3 other schemes, that's Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, the Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan and teacher education were merged into SSA. Through SSA, the union government provides a big chunk of the funding, that's 60%, and the states chip in the rest. The real issue here is the ongoing clash between states like Tamil Nadu and the union government over NEP. So now there is the SSA, then there is the NEP, and then enters the third thing, the PM Shri scheme. This scheme plans to turn existing schools into model NEP schools. The plan is to create over 14,500 PM Shri schools by 2027 by upgrading the existing schools. So why is Tamil Nadu not getting SSA funds? That's where the catch is. The union government has tied the release of SSA funds to PM Shri scheme. Earlier this year, Tamil Nadu signed an MOU to implement PM Shri but left out a paragraph about fully adopting the NEP. The union government is saying no. It wants states to commit to PM Shri and NEP fully. And if they don't, they won't get the SSA funds. Education falls under the concurrent list, not the union list, which means that it's a shared responsibility between the union and the state government. But clearly, the Modi government wants the states to follow its diktats. Tamil Nadu is opposed to the NEP because it believes the policy undermines state autonomy over education. Interestingly, the AIADMK, which was in power earlier, also opposed NEP, although it was an ally of the BJP at the time. Tamil Nadu has argued that NEP feels more like one-size-fits-all policy imposed from the top. Tamil Nadu, for instance, has had its own successful model of education, and the NEP's push for things like the three-language policy, especially promotion of Hindi, hasn't exactly gone down well there. The state feels the NEP doesn't adequately address the unique educational needs and challenges specific to Tamil Nadu. Plus, the state has argued that Tamil Nadu already has implemented and met criteria that NEP wants to bring in. For example, NEP wants 50% of youth between the age groups of 17 to 24 to enroll in higher education over the next 15 years. Tamil Nadu has already achieved a 49% enrollment rate back in 2018 itself. In response to NEP, Tamil Nadu established its own high-level panel in 2022, led by former Chief Justice D. Murugesan and including notable figures like Vishwanathan Anand and T.M. Krishna to create a state education policy. Now, how is PM Shri and NEP connected to getting SSA funds? SSA is a centrally sponsored scheme, or CSS. It means programs where union government gives part of the money and sets the overall guidelines, but the state or local governments actually run the programs. Now here's the catch. These schemes actually come with many strings attached. The union government has complete authority to set any guidelines, and if the states don't find it feasible to implement any of it, then they don't get any money that come under the scheme. The money for the CSS ironically comes from tax collected from state governments. Of all the money collected from the states through taxes, a certain percentage gets removed to be distributed through these schemes. The rest of the money from the divisible pool is distributed to states based on a formula given by the Finance Commission. Now here's the issue. The union government has made NEP a policy which is supposed to be optional, mandatory. How? By linking it with getting funds under the SSA. Both Tamil Nadu and Kerala have consistently opposed the NEP. Their argument is that it's exclusionary, takes education out of state control, and undermines federalism. And the 5 opposition states that have been opposing NEP are yet to receive this year's installments for the SSA schemes. Tamil Nadu School Education Minister Anbil Mahesh had already raised concerns about this in August. Then came Chief Minister Stalin's tweet in September. The response came from Dharmendra Pradhan, Union Minister for Education and Skill Development. He strongly defended the NEP, claiming that it was developed after widespread consultations and urged Stalin to focus on benefits for Tamil Nadu students rather than political interests. But it's not just Tamil Nadu. Delhi schools have been facing delays in teachers' salaries since April, and they're also unable to provide things like uniforms and support children with disabilities, all because the funds are held up. While Delhi is yet to receive 330 crores, Punjab is yet to receive 515 crore rupees, and West Bengal has to get 1,000 crore rupees for this. Multiple letters have been written from officials and ministers of all these 3 states for funds to be released, but they've all gone in vain. In the past, states like Karnataka and Bihar have also accused the Modi government of not releasing funds owed to them under SSA. This clash over education policy isn't just about funds. It's about the broader question of who controls education in a federal system. As I said earlier, education has been in the concurrent list since 1976. But bringing education to the states list may also complicate things because it would require a standardized test for citizens who move to other parts of the country for education or even for work. So a more workable solution might have to be a more consultative process with states, not to penalize states like Kerala and Tamil Nadu that have improved education. Because when political games are played with education, it's not just about policies and budgets. It's about the future of millions of students. And let's not lose sight of that. That's it from me for this week. Do write to me at pooja@thenewsminute.com with your feedback, comments, suggestion, anything at all. Meanwhile, I want to remind you that I am still coming to you from a partially completed studio. It's a brand new studio that we're building to make sure that we match our both podcast and video output. And if you want to help us get across that finish line, do contribute to our studio fund. The link is in the description below.